Okay. Let's start this. So the idea today go over working on a docs generator, which is a fork of this one written by Julio, the author of FPTS, and there's some cool stuff in the programming TypeScript. So I want to basically extend documentation library. It generates these kind of docs using Jekyll. Let's see, I guess next one the FPTS docs we did. So you can add the pages with Markdown, but then all the code gets these generated docs and with the signature and some stuff that you write in the doc comments. It's fine. For example, either one has an explanation here. Then you can also add some text in there and example. Yeah, so you can add examples. It's quite cool how it the code getting either by the way, how is the music sound loud or what? Kind of tweaking that. Good balance. So right, that's it. From level. So this, that's what gets into docs, and actually docs the examples are run when you generate the docs, and they basically do run this assertion, so it's also kind of like your docs test. So this is I basically fork the repository and I want to add some extra stuff on top. Okay, so how do I or good JavaScript practice, we know the dependency for doing stuff. Have the habit of all the time and just installing it. see. Docs, this should generate the docs, which are kind of document. Yeah. So this is how it looks like, and we go to docs. Oh. Docs PS, what does it do? Okay. Port scheme. So in bin, again, nothing here. Find one way where there is a sample. Guess I can put any take example. Sample, then on to string. These should be, if we run docs command, should be type check and should use some error, give us some error. Yes. Right. And we saw here also some assertion. So even in the case that the code is fine, so 8, 12, yes, 2, then 1, 2, 3, which is not right because string. That should also give an error when the assertion runs. So basically that's one of the features of the library, that it runs the examples when generating the content. The other one is that you are supposed to comment everything, at least with this since tag. So if I remove this, it will fail. Yeah, that is missing, which that's one of the things I want to change. I think you can ignore, cannot ignore, and what does that do? It's skip. No. Okay, I'll find in the code, but it is a way to ignore. And internal was another way. Skip it. Yeah, but still you need to add this line to every exported type or function or everything. So everything that is exported needs the comment, and that's not really handy when you want to progressively use it. So basically the idea is that I want to maybe use it at work or use it for some personal project, but not be forced to document everything. And then the other thing is there is no configuration in this library, so if you, for example, want to, instead of using src, you want to use a different directory, so now it runs src only, but if our code happens to be in another directory instead of src, that wouldn't work either. Or if you want to skip test files, like in the case that you have tests like this, and you want them to basically be skipped, so that wouldn't work either. So I think one of the goals of the library is basically to not have a zero configuration tool for my TypeScript project. So basically this is Julia's library, and intentionally doesn't want to have configuration, but some people basically would like to configure. That's my case. I have some projects that the code is not in the SRC and I would like to keep test or so. So yes, I should get into the code. This file. So let's start at the index. I went through the code once because I contributed small change. I don't remember anything, and I haven't used SPS in the like strict functional way using task either. IO, everything like you would do in Haskell or in Elm or TypeScript. I have been using FPTS only for lighter things, basically either and piping. So to understand the code and see if I can add docs to the page. Out docs comment. Output. What else? Yes, for now the configuration is that, so import the path. And eventually I also would like to not be tied to Jekyll, so the output could be something else. Or maybe maybe docs for something like this. Docusaurus or something that can be published standalone at static website, not using Jekyll, because this uses a theme Jekyll. It's very easy to publish with GitHub pages, but for example at work I don't want to use GitHub pages because they're not. Maybe if I do it for my own projects I might want to publish relatively. So yes, first I should start like understanding the codebase, and then we'll get to. So actually the entry point was then the index of the bin file. This imports main and runs a promise with some unexpected error to catch. This is the bin file, so it can run. Go back to the index. So the main file runs for main with capabilities and false left and right. Left, use P, which is task from IO. Log the error, the exit one. So IO task. Okay, so this is the IO that we're passing to the task. Left. On the right, have a task. Void also comes from IO. Here. So yeah, an IO operation. And the way this models IO is just with basically a function, the lazy function. Okay. And then we have the capability for it's on a file system. Just effect, and you give it a message and produce effect void because it will log that in terminal. Okay, and file system here text for files. Text effect of A is task either the string as the error and A. Basically, task either is composition of task plus either. Yeah, pretty much the name. Okay, those are the capabilities. F. Reader task either. Okay, so this is one monad on top of the monad transformer stack. So we have the reader task and either all together. Yes, the reader can give you the capabilities, access to capability, error, effect, and F used for here implement. Read file from them. Produce file. With files, it's just a traversal on like a traverse real text of a list files. Go from a list of a string into the effect of the list of files. Write file. This, override it. Okay. File override it. The override flag is on, it will override, otherwise it will skip. And okay, so this loads. file. It's file exists, skipping creation. Okay. Write files is similar to the read files. It does it for a bunch of files. Get package JSON, reads file, reads the package JSON. And package JSON. Text project name, and I guess it's in project name. From there, this would go into configuration, and I guess we are gonna need to do something similar here, like this, to read the config file, or we could read from package JSON. And package JSON has name and home page, optional. Some partial, so name is obligatory. Yeah. So this is one of the things I want to change. This is a SRC pattern, and SRC here is just SRC hard coded here. So this is one of the 4 things I want to change. And yes, it should provide a pattern, but pattern should be for I guess this could work for JS files as well if your project is reason like JS. Let's not go into that for now. Okay. So this gets all the SRC files, get file name, first to compose the computation secret using the return value station. First. Okay. One. Yes. Task either and first. I get an A, I run the computation, and then I ignore the result and return the A that I got. Okay. So in here, this change, I get the path, I log something which it will produce a void effect, and I return the path. These effects of the list. Okay. This reads all the files. Just change. I'll do it already. Parse file. There is a parsing files. Dog happening. Here. Go. From I. is a parser again. So here an effect parse file. Not the effectful part, it's just parses files. Probably use some yes, possibly. We'll get to that. Let's check the so old file. Get old file. Is file get array. Okay, array mode. That get example files. But stuff happens. Take an array of modules. Module main part, the path interface type values, and turn an array of files that path. Okay, for example, name. Yes. Okay. So I guess this is the this is producing the game. So when it runs, it produces some examples file. If I make it run with something that will fail, we get the examples files are not removed. Sorry. It's after that. So example. So this will write the example in a file that then will be executed to basically test it, type checked. Yeah, I'm writing wrote the example, so this is what it's right, and it failed. And I think now, yes, docs examples is here. It was removed, and what example was running. Sorry. Okay. So that is what the example files function does. How to add some flags. So here, yes, then also for ESX in case you're using JavaScript. Add assert import. Okay. If there is assert, it adds the assert. So we can. Okay, let's make this fork. So assert equal 3 2 3. Yeah, so now here, because we are using assert, the assert is here. Okay. Handle import. Nice. So matches import from response full process name. Okay. Process library. Okay. So this is also something we want to. Like the okay, and basically it replaces the those imports. So this means we import here for all as who bar from docs. Yes, these should get transformed in some way. Okay, value is declared, but the value is never read. So fine. But so this dogs. So I go 2 levels up, and then I got the source. I got the source. Yeah, basically the right thing. So this is just taking care that the imports to the library are handled locally when the code runs, and that means we can do this in our examples because these are basically the docs of the library called docs. So another here will be these durable. How long? Working or making a fork this library with CLI application to generate docs. It produces something like this, where it gives you the list of modules that you have in your library, and each export it produces some docs, the type signature, the version when it was added, and some doc that you can write in comments. And it can also add examples, and those examples are executed for build time and the assertions are run. So basically they are type checked and then the assertions are run. It's also a way to show that your examples are correct, the documentation is correct. Super cool. And how it looks when writing the docs. Something like this, where you write these doc comments. This is required in stack. That's the only required thing. Nothing is there. It will produce like this. The signature and the stack. If you add the description, it will show up here, and if you add examples, they will what I explained. So basically, for now, going through the code and see what is in here. I think this is what I contributed. Some handling of the imports. Okay, so these should be configurable as well. That maps the files. Handles imports and handle. Nice. Okay. Then get example index. This. So there is an index file here that just import all of the other ones random. Basically, this is what the example index function is doing. Now my syntax is broken. Doesn't matter. Sample pattern. This is output, so this is fine. Clean examples that happens after. So if examples are right, so for example here I'll have this import, and let's compare something that will succeed. Run the library, parses the files, overrides the examples, and then cleans the examples out. Okay. So now we have something different. Sponty mode, so type checking examples with from IUI there. Sync. See that it's on. Okay, child process, and basically it tells it to run the index file that we got. Type checking error. So when we run it, type checking error. Yes. Ooh. Writing examples of these writes get the index and all the examples and just writes them. Type check example. Fonts out. Here we have the contents, I guess, of the files. This is the content of the generated files. For example, index has this, and then if I change it, hello, it won't be. Yeah, so file docs index already exists specification using the no override option. Models index, there is a config YAML in that directory that this doesn't need to be configurable. Markdown output path. Markdown int module. Markdown. It's here as well. Losing up, man, sorry, I just saw your message. I need to add actually something to show on the screen. I'm working with the messages. The chat. Is still here, by the way. I'm working on a fork of this library. This is little CLI to document projects. I also have the spam, the pretzel rocks for the music, which I need to find a way to. I think I need to pay for that. Or use another. So basically this is a zero configuration tool for generating this type of docs out of those code comments like this one. So for example, this print interface. So if we go to docs, yes, it generates this docs with its own thing. So if we go here, right, print interface, right? There is nothing else added, but you could also add examples. I should go here. So you could add example in comments, and these examples will run when generating, and type check them, and you can add the description with Markdown. Go up here. I was showing this one from another library, the same author. Basically, the author is the guy working on the functional programming libraries TypeScript, and he uses for his own project. But kind of like Jimmy, is a more advanced version, I would say. Yeah, I created with a friend of library for doing something similar. Yeah, the thing that run example is. So we created this, we never work on it again. To validate JavaScript code in Markdown files, it will basically do something similar. It will go through the snippets and execute them. And if they didn't throw any error, then your Markdown file will never work on it again. Actually, I think by mistake I deleted the code, so the code is not here. I need to restart the code from the comment that I deleted. But anyway, this generates, it's similar in that way that it runs. Yeah, that's a funny story. So it's similar in the way that it will run these examples. But so for example, I'm saying example a lot. So first thing it will do is run the assertion. So here we have a foo, which is string, and we try to compare against the number, so that should fail. And yeah, it fails because the assertion failed, but it can also fail. So if we say that this is the number, it can also fail on type checking. And yeah, I think the suggestion for Jimmy was actually based on Rust. Frank, the guy that basically gave us the idea, he found it in Rust, and actually he's the one that pointed out that somehow we deleted the code, so I need to restore this. Interesting to get to work on Jimmy again. So the difference here is that we generate markdown from the comments that are found in the docs, instead of type checking and checking the code in markdown already. So I really like this because you write the documentation super close to the code. And since you can add this as one step of your CI, it will also remind you, like, if you change something, because this is basically running test. Yeah. So, and where I was at, I was in the process of going through, okay, so going through the code base and trying to understand it. It's written in a quite strongly functional way, kind of how you would write Haskell or pure scripts. I've never wrote TypeScript code in this way, but I've written some Haskell in this way, so that's also something I'm trying to understand. Out pattern. ESMD, that's fine. Okay. Here. For the ESX button. Where is out pattern used? Okay, yeah, I guess the pattern. Okay. Missing home page package. But I think the home page is used, so you cannot remove it. So if I remove it, folks, it should fail. Yes, the home page is actually required. Okay, and then we have the main. So we get package JSON, we check home page, fail fast, read sources, parts files, type check examples, get markdown files, write markdown files. And this is back here, the for main. Capabilities. So capabilities are all the environment that we have, that we can run all those effects that we went through. Core is just porting everything. Okay. And then we have our own modules, domain, markdown, and parser. So markdown is about the output. I don't want to change the output now, so I'll leave it as is. Yes. Need to find one thing about the output. There has to be a reason. Okay. So what I want to change, fence, yes, fence is here. Support ESX. Well, okay, and where is the yes? Yes. So for signatures, it's still signatures. Print examples. Here we need here we print yes or yes. Markdown, that's it. Oh. And about the parser, what the parser? So it's a reader and either, yeah, it's it can calculate. Okay. Items spin and yes, social. Okay. Nice. So basically this is my group to intercalate. It's nice. And you intercalate group error. Okay. So parse comment. Stock text. There are all the share stocks. Okay. It's ignore or internal. Records. comment info, parser of the description since deprecated. Yep. Description since. Okay. Main, the domain we have port. This is interesting. So we order by path. Parse interface declaration. Parse interfaces. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna change the parser for now, because this is using the TypeScript parser, which is actually using tsmorph, which is wrapped around TypeScript parser. So if it works, it's up to it, up to me. So it should parse JSX files as well. I guess what we do. So we already ignore the comment. So one thing we need to do was skip exports. Okay. So yes, this is the idea to work on that one. So the parser need to find where this is giving an error. So parse files uses parser parse file. Okay. Parse file. Okay, project. Get source file. Project. This comes from the TypeScript parser library. So parse file. Okay, so parse file basically treats its files as a module. So now parse module, it's probably the one. Documentation, interfaces, analysis, classes, constant export. Okay. The domain. This is just the make. Module is the controller as well. Okay, make module. Okay, I parse all of these ones. So all of these ones, for example, model documentation. So if I don't have these, it will fail. and I can remove the valid example. So yeah, docs. Yes, missing documentation. So each item grab documentation in module. To maybe option, but yeah, this is quite full left array. Breaks array into its first element and remaining element. Okay, so basically this is one easy. Okay. So if parse I could write a parser combination that takes a parser and return an optional parser. Using parser, parser, parser. It fails. Transforming goes forward. I don't want turn failure. I guess I should. Up option, yes. So it would be parser of option entable And so here let's do right on. We still succeed, but we return a none, and here we still succeed. Or return some. Coach. I run the format. Yeah, that's okay. So yeah. I now want to run the compiler. Yes. What? W. No. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so now we need to fix type errors. Yes, so actually module back to it. So return a module. One documentation here. Document section. Okay. Alright. Ah, goes here. Actually, when it's ready. So now but then change. Yes, this doesn't extend mental section. We don't. Now we solve this error. Probably introduce bytes. Yeah. First, make seven parser comma. Okay. So change markdown print module description take module started for the harder one. Like better thing. So basically what we want is to do option bold like script document bold. We don't have anything, we just return a string, otherwise we return. But this is now yeah, but I don't want to have doc. Let's call it doc. And dot replace I don't know. Hey, two errors. 4 and parse. Two errors works. So actually one steal. We actually want to steal. Okay. Print. Find a way to print the name because this is what shows top level, so we still want this. Handle title. Title has some property. Right. So his name. It worked first. Properly deprecated. Okay. So that was parse. On line 107. filter. So option has some exist. Type here. We station option dog deprecated. It's actually on false if there is no one filter deprecate. I want to filter deprecated modules, but I don't want to filter modules that don't have okay. So if it's not deprecated, it's true. But if so, hold true. Otherwise, okay. Now for get documentable example. There might be documentable. Yes. So there might be documentable example in the station of the module. So we also want skip those. So module example. So module station pipe. Option hold. It's an error. Otherwise, because we haven't ported. Yay. So now that I remove this one, work. I don't know what it's going to. Yeah. So what is the div? Yeah. I think it removes the type, but actually we want the title to be there. So that's not just the break it back. So now this works, but actually we want to find a better way to handle to still print the name. So back to the parser of the module documentation. First model documentation. So the name should still be here. So now one that we should check actually for if I remove this, so I do have a documentation. Some cool. And I need that, yeah. Wait, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna change this stack behavior, but not here. So parsing get module. Okay. Oh, I want to change it. Oh, it's not. Oh, yes. I guess. Ah, actually, so okay. Okay. But either name type ever. Oh, missing documentation. Get there. Yeah, that's fine, but Uh, I'm missing something here. Stuff. And it's fine. Oh, never. Type. Terms. Multiple. Module. This one. Yeah. So it was inferring some crazy stuff. Okay. So now. Yes. What? So is one, but now make module. Module should actually have a name. Here should be in module as well. So now markdown. We do have the name, so this is just m name and fine. Okay. the module, the index module that doesn't have docs gets up like that. So now this still is print, and that's good work. So some things needs to be cleaned up, but yeah. Parse. So like module are there, make example, only makers, constructors maker. Should I add a guide? That's so what I want to do is now if a module fix now takes this. I don't need external pipe. Yep. So now can use actually this is not so deprecated. Okay. Command build up. Not the break. I don't like the getting there. Okay. Change the docs. Nice. Create like the first yarn. Test. Test. Hey, probably. Yup. Which test? Hey. Parse. No coverage. Parse file documentation. Still deprecated. Okay. Documentation. Don't module tuple. So this actually test is actually some yay. I actually need to write test for a module with no okay, let's write the test for a module with no document. So it page. The module it's that the oh this broken syntax I guess. Yay. There are more things we can test here, but that's it. Okay. If that keeps the name for this. Docs. Feed. Parser. Most. If error. Time for pull request. I like the pull request. I am. This is draft PR because I actually will finish the whole feature, not only the. Why can't I? Yeah, updated. because some docs changes. What actually did request, but not here. Purchase for the package. Oh, yeah. Yes. Port amount. Okay. Okay. Better. All not. Oh. I should change the. Give them names instead of text. That's cool. Okay, I'll continue. Follow-ups. First. Dogs. Dogs. Okay.